In today's video, we're going to talk about what's best for my natural nails. We're going to talk about myths and this, a little bit of that, right now on the Biz Talk. Tracey, what's best for me to come to work every day and just be happy with you? What would you recommend? Like, I come to work, I'm always somehow disappointed, you know.
I could not be here.
No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Can make that happen.
She's like, watch. Just walk out the door.
You happy now?
It's always you peeling out and like crashing.
Well, I got to sideswipe your car while I'm at it.
You absolutely do. That would do it. Okay. We get a lot of questions on natural nails. And I think this is a good topic just in general for people to know. And this is kind of a big question, right? What's good for my natural nails? When I say that, you probably have 50 questions that follow, you know.
Like, are you talking to keep them natural? Are you wanting artificial? What's the condition of your natural nails?
Correct. Well, how about, let's do this. I'm going to break this down into like two categories. For the most part, keeping them natural, okay, and maybe some light, you know, either gel polish or maybe like a light overlay or not. And then all the way to, you know, I want to keep my natural nails super healthy. What's the best thing? If you're full blown enhancements, gel, acrylic, what does that look like? Because there's a lot of things people say, oh, you have to do X, Y, and Z or else you're going to damage your nails. Don't wear this, don't wear that, right? There's a lot of that stuff. But let's start with the actual bare bones. Like, if you just have natural nails, no enhancements, no gel polish, nothing, and you want to keep them healthy, what are some things you can do to just keep them, you know, moisturized and like daily sort of ritual caca? You know what I'm saying?
You get a candle and you do this dance. Ritual.
Yes.
It's much like your skin and you got to keep things nourished. So you got to give it a little attention, right? So, you know, keep your cuticles hydrated, keep your nails in shaped up. Keep it, you know, if you have a problem with them breaking or, you know, you need a little more strength, there's things you can do with, you know, top coats and base coats and strengtheners and things like that. You know, I always recommend that I liked when I used to get my natural nails very long, I would put a base coat and a top coat, maybe a color, but usually it was just clear. And then every other day I top coated them for about 7 days. And then I would remove and start over. And it just kind of helped build up a natural little nice protection over the top.
Yeah.
Cuticle oil is very important. Keep your skin and everything nourished around it. Keep them out of your mouth. You know, because a lot of times with nails, it's hereditary.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, totally.
Are you deficient in vitamins? Are you know, all that stuff, you know, plays out in your hair and your nails.
Right.
So, you know, doing everything for your health will promote healthy nails.
Okay. I love that. That's great. What about, let's go to next level now. Let's bump it up. So natural nails, but they're like super thin. They're always breaking, or maybe you have a crack. You have a little bit of challenge with your natural nails. They're bending. They're, you know what I mean? They're weak overall. And maybe the base coat, top coat is not enough protection.
Yeah.
What can somebody do like next level to, for that protection?
Well, I mean, if you're wanting to keep them natural, the only option is to do everything I just said to try to help strengthen them and then cut them short and just keep them nice looking.
Okay.
But past that, we have to look at enhancements or an overlay over your natural nail to help start getting them to grow. However, that's not a miracle fix.
Right.
Because if your natural nails naturally, hereditary or whatever it is, are bendy, they crack easy, they break easy, you can't just overlay them until they grow out and take it off and think you're going to have these nice, healthy natural nails. So, yes, those, even gel polish to me is an enhancement. All that stuff you put on top, past polish, I don't consider polish an enhancement.
Right.
Past that, I consider it enhancements.
Got it.
So, you know, you can do those things, but again, Don't deceive yourself. It's not a miracle cure. You're not going to be able to remove that stuff and then keep your natural nails that long if you have problematic nails.
So really then it's about using, whether it's gel polish or some type of overlay gel, maintenance is going to be the key, right? Because you there's going to be growth. You got to be able to maintain it. That's not that hard to fill, right? You can just file them down a little bit and just kind of fill them yourself if you're doing an overlay gel.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why I love fiber gel.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's super easy to use. Barely a little filing, fill the back. Gorgeous, natural looking nails.
Yeah, totally.
Right? That's the key. It's like we just want them natural looking. It's still an enhancement. We're still putting something artificial over the top of it. But it's beautiful, and easy to maintain.
I love that. Okay. Now we go on to full-blown enhancements. I'm just going to come out and say it. There's a lot of talk of, well, if you wear enhancements, your natural nails are going to get ruined. They're going to get damaged. Can we just talk about that first? And even this goes from like overlay gels all the way to if you have strong natural nails and you just want enhancements, this idea of you have to take them off from time to time because it will ruin your natural nails. Can we talk about this?
Give your nails a break.
Let them breathe.
Let them breathe. So there's a fairly big hair TikToker that I watch, and she had on there about this is what acrylic did to my nails, right? And she just showed these really damaged nails, and it annoyed me so much. And the reason it annoyed me, Habib, is she sits there all the time on her platform and talks about people think that, doing hair color ruins your hair. People think that getting this done ruins your hair. She's like over the top about educating how hairdressers can ruin your hair if they don't know what they're doing. But then she's putting on there, this is what acrylics did to me.
Right.
Acrylics didn't do that to you. A nail tech did that to you.
Correct.
Or, because I think she kind of admitted to doing some things to it. You don't wear gloves and you're damaging your nail plate by all the chemicals you're putting in it. All this stuff. That drives me crazy. Product does not damage your nails.
Right.
Doesn't. Nail tech or yourself damages your nails.
Right. I mean, obviously there's, we're making the assumption that you're using good products. There is that
approved good products.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. I just wanted to clarify that. But approved, FDA, legal, good products. Yeah. It's not going to damage your nails.
No. And okay, you can say, well, I'm allergic to it and I had problems. Well, that's a different thing. You can be allergic to soap that you put on your skin and end up with a contact dermatitis. So I'm putting that aside. I'm saying a product that actually just ruins your natural nail. If it's approved, if it's used in the correct way, that's just not what had happened.
Right.
Now then you start talking to people, they're like, oh, well, I picked the nails off and now my nails are, my nails are nice a week after getting gel or acrylic. And you start talking to them, how'd you remove them? Well, I picked them off. Yeah. Yeah. Your nails are nice and weak now. You know why? And they don't know this.
Yeah.
You know why? Because there's only so many layers to the nail plate and you just took off several layers.
Right.
Really? Really?
Yes.
Really.
Really.
Think about it, but, there's some education to go on there. So no, your nails don't need a break. If the nail tech or yourself are not damaging the nail plate, there's no need to ever remove them because you're constantly maintaining them. There's no damage being done. So there's no reason for it to take it off to give them rest because they're not resting from anything.
Yeah. This idea, unfortunately, has come from, I would say 15 years ago, you had a lot of salons that were maybe not using the correct technique to remove acrylics, right?
It still happens, unfortunately.
It still happens. It's gotten a lot better, but it still happens.
Quit removing people's nails with a Metro card. I don't know what the Metro card's about. But it's a big
horrible
thing.
Yeah, that's horrible. But of course, you're going to blame the product. This acrylics, it does. I've used this example 1,000 times. When we were making vlogs early in the days, 6 years ago, Greg was doing Tracey's nails, 2 to 3 sets of nails maybe 4 sometimes. We got to doing 4 videos a week, instructionals.
There was one day he removed 2 of my nails like 5 times.
Yeah.
And reapplied because we were
Yes.
doing multiple videos.
Exactly. Not a problem. Why? Because he's not removing them all the way into the natural nail and just to it and then reapplying. Like you're not basically, he wasn't even touching your natural nail. Correct?
No. And then some people go, well, I got it. I'm not going to electric file it off because that does damage. I'm going to soak it off with acetone.
Right.
Not realizing that acetone can also do damage to the nail plate if you're not careful.
Exactly.
Or your skin. Yeah. So it's just proper education.
Correct. And that's why this is a topic, natural nails, whether you're doing natural nails and not putting anything on, there are steps you need to take to make sure that you're keeping them nice and healthy. Or if they're more brittle and weak, here's some steps that you can take to put some structure. And then on the most extreme side, if you wear enhancements and nail art stilettos, that your natural nails will be perfectly fine as long as they are applied and removed correctly. And one more thing I wanted to ask you, Tracey, because this is a big concept that comes up a lot, that nail professionals tell their clients of every 3 months, we need to completely remove your set and reapply a brand new set. If you are maintaining nails properly, you really should never have to completely remove and reapply a full set, correct?
No. And this is something I was taught. I was taught that you need to remove and reapply by my teacher.
Yeah,
and
so it makes sense.
So, it's not necessarily the nail tech's fault. She's not
You're right.
just trying to deceive.
Totally.
She's been trained
Yes. Which is insane.
This is what we've been taught.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I first started, it made sense to me, and not the breathing, because I always so we're gonna remove the nails to let them breathe for 2.2 seconds, and then we're gonna suffocate it with product again. That never made sense.
Right.
But I had to, because I had to refresh, because I wasn't using product that was color consistent. So the nails would start to peach out.
Ooh.
They would peach out and they didn't look right. So let's say I was doing your set and we're 3 months in and you break a nail. You would come in and I would repair that nail and you'd be like,
Looks different.
Tracey, why is this nail so pink and pretty? Look at these compared to these. I'm like, yep, it's time to let your nails breathe. We got to take them off. And then there's also the flip side of and I was one of these. I did not price my fills right because I did what I was taught to do. And so I liked that new income every 3 months of the full set price. But if you've priced your fills correctly, no matter what you're doing at your table, you're making the same amount.
Right. Your full set price is not going to be if your timing also, right? If your timing and your pricing is right, you'll make more money doing fills.
Correct.
Yes, than you will with full sets.
Correct.
100%. And I think that's important. And guys, you can go back to some of our videos and look at pricing models. You can look at full set fill videos that we talk about all of this stuff to really get you on the path of maintenance, building clientele, and then focusing on maintaining and maintenance and timing so that you are making the most money.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep. Making the most money and keeping the natural nail healthy.
Absolutely. So, just to recap, whether you only wear natural nails or full enhancements, we wanted to make kind of a quick guide of how to keep your nails healthy and also disprove some of the myths that are out there in case you've heard them about removing everything. It is the tech that really, really matters in that situation. Make sure you find yourself a really good nail tech that understands how to apply and remove. Let us know in the comments below your take on this topic. We'd love to hear about it. Tracey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next time on the Biz Talk.
Subscribe channel now. Subscribe channel now.